Hey, hi, and hello, Madding Pyro here once again. Today is going to be a cook day right now. Well, I'm going to do a cook video and a vlog, so. We are going to make deconstructed cabbage rolls, aka kind of cabbage stew. It's just kind of a recipe. I got hungry for cabbage rolls the other day, and I made this one up just kind of on the fly. And let me tell you something, the kids loved it, Amy loved it. It was phenomenal. Highly suggested to try it. Before we get started, what you want to do to prep, right here I have 2 heads, medium-sized heads, of cabbage. Alright, it's all cut up real coarsely. You can see they're about 1 inch wide. And it tastes good. So, you want to do that prior to everything, because cabbage is hard to cut. So, I've got, in my pan already, I've got about 2.5 tablespoons of butter. Let me turn my heat on here. And this is just whole butter, unsalted sweet cream butter. And we're going to melt that butter down. Zane, I need that spatula, buddy. And so we're going to melt this down. And this is a very simple recipe, guys. And it makes a lot. So if you have a big family or you want something to stick in your fridge for a couple days and eat off of it, this is one of the best things. It's hearty, it's filling, it's completely keto friendly. Now it is a little, if you break the ingredients down, it's high carb. Well, it's not high carb, but or it's low carb. It's not high carb. It's a little higher than most keto things would be, but once you break it down into serving size, it's really not that bad. When you look at it, you're like, oh my god! But keep in mind, this is for 34 servings of this stew. So you're making a whole lot of servings opposed to making 1 or 2. So, and again, I have a family of 5 that I have to feed, and we wanted something that was going to feed them for a couple days and be hearty and good. Well, this fit the bill. Alright, anyway, in my little bowl I have 5 coarsely chopped garlic cloves. So you want to put those in there and get all that garlic out as best you can. Zane?
Yep.
Can you take this, please? So you just want to put that garlic in there and let it start to cook in that butter. Now the reason you're browning it is it turns it sweeter. It also releases all those good garlic oils. And then to that you want to add 1 medium onion, sliced. I usually cut them in half and slice them. This one had a little bit of a green top on it, so I took advantage of that. And I put the greens in there too. And it already smells good. I love the smell of cooking garlic and onions though. Allergy attack. Tissue, please. I don't know if I'm going to sneeze or not, but just in case. Alright. Oh, okay. So, we go ahead and we cook that. And you just want to get it to where the onions are starting to break down and fall apart. Once they start to break down a little bit, that's when you go ahead and you'll pour this whole pan into your stock pot. Now, I have the advantage of having a large stock pot. So, Zane, you want to get the stock pot and show them how big it actually is? It's big. I think it's a 3 or 4 gallon. So go ahead and set it up there, Zane. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the cabbage, and Zane is gonna put the cabbage into the stock pot. I can't do it sitting here.
I can't do it on the trash can.
Well, you know, I didn't say you could now, did I? So they're starting to loosen up. They're starting to break down. All those flavors are getting into that butter, and this butter. There is a lot of butter in this recipe. There's a lot of butter because butter adds flavor. So then you want to salt and pepper to taste on your onions and your garlic here. You know, some people like a lot. I'm not a huge pepper fan, but I do like salt. So we add some salt to it. Now this is kosher salt. I add it I over season the onions and the peppers, and it's mainly to melt the salt down and get that pepper start to blending its flavor in there. Alright, Zane, come here.
You mean garlic, not pepper?
Yeah, garlic. No, and pepper, because the
doing?
pepper's breaking down in there too. Go ahead and had an onion mishap. Go ahead and dump the garlic and onions into the pan. So we just take these and transfer them into the stock pot on top of the raw cabbage. Not going to hurt a thing. Now the funny part about this recipe is we're technically almost done putting this together. Zane, go ahead and pull this. I'm done with that. Now comes into what I started talking about yesterday on my vlog. These are canned, homemade, or home processed canned tomato sauce. Now it's just tomato sauce. There's nothing else in it, just tomatoes. You get that nice satisfying. That's the vacuum I was talking about in my vlog. If you didn't see it, go check it out. So then to that, Zane. Then to that we add, slide that over here so I can. We add all 3 jars, which is about 6 cups of tomato sauce. Water that, please. And then you want to add 1 jar of water to the whole mix. And the reason he's getting me the jar of water right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse that water in each jar to kind of swish it out. Maybe.
He just rinsed that jar out.
Way to go, Zane.
Yeah.
15 years old, thinks he knows everything. Oh, I forgot. I'm not sure how you'd forget that. But as you can see, I'm just pouring a little bit of water in each one. And then we're going to swish it around in the jar just to get the majority of the sauce out. You want as much of that sauce as you can. Give me another jar of water, Zane. So you want to put 2 jars of water in on top of it. Oh, starting to look good already. And I'll splash some on the blanket. One of the drawbacks to cooking in your living room. Yes, I shoot all these in my living room, just so you guys know. So there's another jar of water in the pot. Then we can take those out. Now, to that, we're going to add our ground beef, which is about 40 ounces. I know it sounds like not enough, but it's just enough to flavor it. There's a couple extra tablespoons of butter. Altogether, I use 6 in this recipe. So then we take the ground beef and we just kind of break it up just a little bit, just big chunks. And yes, it's raw. You want to put it in there raw because it will break down into these little itty bitty pieces, and it's just perfect for the stew. And then, more ground beef. Yay! Little napkin action. And that, guys, is pretty much how you do it. It's very quick, very easy. Now you put that stock pot on the stove for about 40-ish minutes or so, and you want to get it boiling and then cut the heat back to where it's just starting to simmer. And then you just let it sit, stir it Make sure you're not sticking on the bottom or anything. And just keep it moving, keep it moving. Within 45 minutes, you'll have something that's excellent. It's hearty, it's hot, and it's good. And it's keto friendly. Now, my suggestion to you is cook it, let it sit overnight. Put it in big bowls or whatever. Let it sit in the refrigerator overnight. When you have it the next day, it's twice what it would be the day you cooked it. It renders down more. The cabbage gets a little sweeter. The onions just disappear into the recipe itself, and it's absolutely wonderful. So, quick cook video, quick recipes for you today. This one, given what we're going through right now, and everybody's at home, and everybody's eating at home, and cooking, this is an excellent recipe to make for if you have a big family. This will feed my family for about 3 days. If you need to scale back just half the recipe, use 1 head of cabbage instead. That'll feed a family of 4, at least 1 good meal, at least, and it's cheap. Altogether in that, I've probably got $8, $9, and it feeds my family for 2 or 3 days. I call that a win. So guys, that's the cook video. I wish it was a little more in depth today. I'll get a couple more cook videos out to you here soon. So get happy, get healthy, and I'll see you guys later.